Hello everyone, I'm Sanju Xavier, Assistant Professor of Visual Communication at Cheran and Science College, Tirupur, Tamil Nadu. And this is a combined paper, and the co-author is Dr. Robbie Augustine, Associate Professor of Mass Communication at Navarajana University, Gujarat. Okay, let's move on to the introductory part of the paper, Social Dilemma. Social Dilemma is a Netflix documentary directed by Jeff Orlowski, and it is released on the 9th September 2020. The documentary is developed through narrations and interviews of former employees of Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and other internet giants of Silicon Valley. The documentary explains about how social media users are manipulated, they have been tracked and deceived by these companies. The background of the study can be cited as the business model is brainwashing and manipulating us, and they are taking control of us by certain algorithms. And for internet giants, data is the new oil for digital economy. What is the significance of the study? The reason why we are choosing this study is there is a increase of usage of social media during the year 2020. We know that the entire world was on a lockdown. So people were investing a huge amount of time on social media. And also social interactions has been shifted into online interactions. And also there is an increase in the victims of digital deception. And what was the result of this, or what was the reason behind this? It was a surge or increase of internet usage. Some of the criticisms comes for this documentary is they didn't collect information or opinion from currently those who are working on these companies like social media companies or on Silicon Valley companies. So that was the first criticism. And the second criticism was they didn't acknowledge the effort taken by their companies in order to address many of the issues which is cited on the particular docudrama. And the theoretical background. There are numerous theories which can be applicable to these kind of documentaries, but we are mainly focusing on few of them. Like we are mainly giving attention to the user's gratification, panopticon, propaganda, and media imperialism. Then what are the objectives of the study? The main objective of the study is to analyze the negative impacts of social media and also have an in-depth examination of the issues mentioned by the interviews, and also to have a discussion on how this can be applicable on Indian and global context. And the review of literature. As mentioned earlier, the documentary has been released on 9th September 2020 and is just a few months back. So uh, there has not been any research papers or studies conducted behalf of this. So the secondary source we mainly focused was of newspaper articles, film reviews, news stories, and also expert opinions. The methodology we adopted is a content analysis method. And from the confessions of these whistleblowers of the documentary, there are 7 certain themes which we are going to analyze on this paper. And now let's move on to the crucial part of our paper, that is analysis. First one is business model. Social media companies have their own business model and they are achieving it by exploiting our emotions and behavior. The famous quote throughout the docudrama stated by Tristan Harris, Google's former design ethicist, is if we are not paying for the product, then we are the product. They are on their business by keeping us engaged always on the product. And for this, we can cite an example in which we know that the Silicon Valley for past 35 years, they were engaging on hardware and software business. And now they shifted into simple and profitable business, that is selling their users. And there are many evidences which we can be used in order to validate this point of social media companies business model. And one of the study conducted by Conversation has clearly mentioned it in the paper. Next one is data mining. We know that internet collects our data. That too enormous data has been collected and they tracks our data. Due to this reason, internet companies are the richest companies in the world. By collecting the data, they can even predict what we are going to do and who we are, and also create a model of us. And there are many researchers who had a who conducted research on these topics, and they come up with a conclusion that our data has been collected and we are even able to be manipulated by these companies. And also we are familiar with Cambridge Analytica, where a social media giant was questioned for not protecting the privacy data of personal data or the privacy of the users. And the third point or the third theme deciphered by the whistleblowers was surveillance capitalism. By collecting the data, they are taking control of us. We are under continuous surveillance by these social media companies. And now the experts fear that there will be a situation where technology will overwhelm human strength and intelligence. This statement can be validated or supported by George Orwell's legendary testimonial of Big Brother is watching you. And here, social media companies is acting as a big brother. They are having a continuous watch on us. And also, Facebook, with just a Facebook profile, even people or even the companies can get full information of an individual. They may get the information of who we are, which political party we belongs to, who are our friends, and where we are going. So just imagine how serious the issue is going to be. And the fourth point is addiction, persuasion, manipulation based technology. Social media companies know how to manipulate us psychologically. They are feeding upon our insecurities, and hence it is not a tool. It is demanding things from us, it is seducing us, and it is manipulating us. There are many evidences which we can be evaluated for this situation, and it is said that 5 to 10% of Americans are under social media addiction, and also they have an uncontrollable temptation in order to log on to any of the social media sites. Also, 63% of the world population are using social media. So we can just imagine if 63% of the world population is using social media, there will be a good number of percentage of people who are addicted to these kind of sites. And next point we are going to discuss is mental health. As we mentioned earlier, the people are under social media addiction. So how this gonna be affect their mental health? There has been an increase in depression and anxiety in teenagers. There are studies showing teenagers are harming themselves and undergoing plastic surgeries to look like their Snapchat filters. It is a game between human beings and thousands of engineers and supercomputers. And there are sufficient examples in order to validate this point. And one that such example is in England, Anne Longfield, England's Children's Commission, has written to the biggest social media companies urging to commit to tackling issues of disturbing content in order to, because of the suicide of a 14-year-old girl. And we know that many studies has concluded that using social media for a long time can even result in depression and anxiety. The next point we are going to deal with is social media's use in political propaganda. Social media can change the mind of people and can be betrayed to use for political propaganda. The best example can be observed from Russia's interference in 2016 election. The companies can even create war even without invading other countries' political border. Some of the examples which we can cite in order to validate the social media's interference on political propaganda can be of Facebook posts like Pope backs Trump, Hillary Clinton sold weapons to ISIS, Pizzagate conspiracy theory, etc. And from these examples, it is very clear that these social media companies, just by sitting in a place or sitting in a particular room, they can even create war between 2 or 3 countries, or it can even decide a fate of nation. And the last and final point, that is fake news factories. Fake news on social media spreads 6 times faster than a true news. And misinformation is providing more money than a true news. The issue of Rohingya Muslim is a best example for how fake news can even create so much chaos in the society. And the best evidence or case study can be validated to this point is, it is said that in Rohingya Muslim issue, in the Myanmar military officials had a systematic campaign on Facebook to target mostly Muslim Rohingya minority. And also it is found that the 15% of news coming on a Facebook page is untrustworthy. So just imagine, we are using Facebook, and the news stories which is coming in every day, almost 15% of them are fake news, and we are bound to believe many of them. So that's actually a serious issue. So these 7 themes have a very crucial role in social media companies in this documentary, and also have is affecting each and every one of us. And I would like to conclude by giving certain suggestions in order to tackle this issue. First one is self-regulation. Self-regulation includes turning off your notification or reduce the number of notification, or uninstall the social media apps which are not usable by us, or should not install new apps. Or if you're coming across with any news, go for a fact checking, and never accept a video recommended on a YouTube or in Facebook or any kind of social media, so that it is enabling the people who are working behind us to predict what is our likes, and how our mind works. And also government regulation, the US government has taken certain regulation in order to tackle this issue, and even the Indian government under Information Technology Act 2000 is also was doing certain actions to tackle these kind of issues. The independent regulatory body, like there are certain existing regulatory body can be joined together in order to tackle these issues, and to have a to fight against these 7 themes discussed on the docudrama. And also the social media itself can do many things. The content moderation, they have done that beautifully. In 2020 US presidential election, they had a high scrutiny of misinformation during election. And also YouTube has also halted public ads after the poll is closed, and also Twitter banned all political ads last year. So these are few measures which we can adopt in order to tackle this issue. Some of the limitations of the study is, we failed to analyze the positive face of social media. We only focused on the negative aspect of social media. And also we failed to address the initiatives taken by the social media in order to have fact checking and filtering fake news, etc. So that's the end of the paper presentation, and here are the references. And so I would like to conclude by saying that the social dilemma, the Netflix docudrama, has a very crucial role in present scenario, because we are easily manipulated, we are easily deceived by the digital platforms. And next time when we log on to, or when we install a new social media, we should keep in mind that our data has no protection, or our data has been tracked, or we can even be surveillanced by these people, and we are giving a chance for them to manipulate us. Thank you.